Okay. Okay, so it's my first time going live. For anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Dendra. I'm Phoenix Spirit. I've been on YouTube for a couple of years and kind of always wanted to go live, but one of the things about recordings or live videos is being seen, and that's not always something that excites me. If you guys notice, a lot of my videos are hands and cards. But this will be one of the times that you guys will see me doing live. So I will be on live offering readings. So bear with me, it's my first time. I'm not sure how this goes. So I'm gonna first pull collective guidance readings about like collectively energy, what's going on right now. So wherever you come into the reading or whenever you come into the live video and you see it, hopefully it will resonate with you with wherever you're at. And then I will offer up individual readings. So hi, Indigo Angel. Welcome. How are you doing today, girl? All right, so I'm gonna pull some quick oracle guidance readings. And we'll see how this goes. I'm still working with the algorithm and time and stuff, and just wanted to just tell you guys really quick, because that was the whole thing about being brave. Coming on to do these things, I think, takes a lot of bravery and a lot of confidence, and you know, a lot of times where we may hold ourselves back, oftentimes because of fear of being seen for a lot of us. All right, so. Okay, so I'm just going to do the collective guidance readings. Hopefully there'll be more people joining in. I don't know, but hopefully there will be. All right, and let's see what the collective energy is. What is this? Everyone that's going to be tuning in to know right now. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, well, there's a lot of energies. I love you. So the collective energy right now is, oof, that's heavy. The collective energy is just heavy. I'm going to say that, very heavy. And I feel like the heaviness is just not in the chaos of the world, that this is also very much in your internal or external world. There's a lot of things that are happening for you right now. There's a feeling of being all tied up, being restrictive, not being able to move. This could be financial situations. We all know that that's something that really is coming up collectively, right? Our financial worries, you know, finding homes, finding jobs or contracts going to go through. And so there's this reversal of energy as well, that there is some legal situations or things that are not favorable right now. And that could be why everything is kind of all tied up, right? So it could be a court case for somebody out there, that legality situations where it's a delay. You have to go back to court. You know, if it's a child custody case, whatever that looks like, there's a lot of that. There's also hostilities here. It's not my favorite card to see, you know, for the collective reading, because hostilities is, you could be hostile, right? You could be very irritable, could be very stressed out, going through certain things because things are not working out, because things are really trying right now, because there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of tying up, and this can be around relationships. For others of you guys, this can be dealing primarily with relationships, right? Your partner could be very hostile, your children could be hostile, whatever it is, there's a lot of hostilities that are coming and directing towards you. For some people, there is a breakup or a disconnect, like there is a disconnection coming out as well. So a huge separation or a change. So this could be a divorce, right? Yeah, it's for somebody, there could be a divorce on the horizon or a breakup, a long-term commitment that's being broken up, and this is causing hostilities. This can be for somebody out there as well. Hi, Lady in Yellow. Hi. I'm not going to actually say y'all's names even though I know it. Just in case y'all want to be private. Thank you so much for joining. I love you guys. And so this can be where you may be in a connection or a situation where you feel all tied up. You are very restrictive right now in the energy, right? Because we have this energy of where you can't move. I can't make moves. I can't move forward, right? You know, and for somebody here, this or some people here, this can be in a contractual relationship or a long-term relationship where you feel all tied up. And again, there's hostilities. This could be very hostile within yourself, right? There could be a divorce coming up, a breakup, any of those things that are coming up for the collective energy. Anything else that Spirit wants you to know? The collective energies right now. All right, just know the sun will come out again, okay? For some, this may be having strength to walk away from things really just that are not serving of you. I mean, you guys hear that all the time. This can be something very stable, you know, but this is energy of the sun, okay? The sun will come out again. All right, so there's that beautiful sun energy, new beginnings, blossoming, fertility. Somebody could be getting pregnant, all right? There's gonna be a baby on the horizon, happy family, happy home. But ultimately, the strength card is here, and the strength card is about having confidence to walk away for the things that are not serving of you, okay? My camera, 1 second, let me see if I can fix it. Oof, there we go. This is supposed to be seen. Let's see, I think that'll work. Hi. This is, okay, maybe I'm gonna, huh? All that stuff that you just did is just coming up in my ear. Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, so it's delayed. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for letting me know. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, so Sasha just, not Sasha, somebody just told me that was delayed. So that I'm talking, but there's a delayment. All right, so but the sun will shine again, okay? So that's going to take some strength for you guys to walk away from that. All right, let's go into some tarot really quick, and then I'm going to offer some individual readings and see what it is that you guys want to know. All right, it's going to be fun. Okay. All right. This is first message. Collective energy. Oh. Okay. Clarify. Okay. Okay. Yeah, arguments. All right. There's a lot of arguments coming up. All right. The Lovers. The Chariot. Okay. Yeah, for a lot of you guys, like coming in, this is really dealing with a lot of external. Okay. I don't think this is you being hostile. I think that you may be feeling some hostilities within you, but I think externally there's a lot of energies externally. This is really around some people for you guys that are connections, relationships, right? Having a different perspective. There's a lot of energies around being trapped on a new beginning. So there's this energy of wanting to start over, wanting to start a new beginning, wanting to have a connection, wanting to find love, wanting to have happiness, whatever it is. But where you're at, it's like you're hanging in suspension. Nothing is moving. Maybe it's a lack of money, lack of finances, a lack of help or support right now. Okay, you're heavily having some anxiety over what's the future going to hold, what is coming up. You know, am I going to find love, right? You know, and a lot of you guys are desiring romance and desiring love, okay? But having an internal struggle with, for some moving away, for some breaking up, for some leaving someone behind, all right? You know, for communicating feelings. And a lot of the times, this is actually bringing some resentment. You know, there's some resentful energies that are coming up and coming into play, dealing around the emotional, all right, around the sacral chakra. The Lovers are here, and it's about like heavy burdens. Some of you guys are dealing with heavy family situations, responsibilities, obligations, right? There could be an issue around somebody here who is same sex and is attracted to the same sex, but having issues with coming out about that, right? But there's this balancing, there's this renewal and, you know, rebalancing, recalibration that is going to happen and really is going to take place. That's where that sun energy is coming through, right? So it's kind of like hold on. And I feel like as the season changes, I feel like the seasons are just changing, but I feel like as the season change, maybe moving from fall into winter is where the balancing is really, the recalibration is going to come back in. All right. Some of you guys can be waiting for connection to come back. All right. That is going to come back. Okay. There is this energy of really coming back. Some of you guys are worried about it, and this may bring in more of that love factor. But I do feel like there's this energy of right now, there's a lot of you guys that are feeling really confused. A lot of you guys may be feeling very trapped. A lot of you guys be feeling like very like, I want to move on and I can't right now. Right. But Spirit wants to say that it is going to take your confidence. It is going to take something for you to move through. Continue to focus on the things that you desire. Okay. Balance is really going to be restored. The Five of Swords. There's a lot of argumentative energies, third-party energies, external factors that are just really, really taking place. And a lot of you guys have been praying. You know, a lot of you guys have been praying, and a lot of you guys can be dealing with children issues or some things around children, right? Cycles are being completed. All right. Destiny is going to unfold. And I do feel like the month of October, which is the month, I feel like as it's wrapping up, which is in one more week, right? I feel like some of you guys may be feeling like the time is running out. Like I got to be doing these things before the end of the year. But there's this energy of like, time is still on your side. Okay. You may be seeing a time clock, but Spirit doesn't have one. There's no time on Spirit's side, right? You know, it's like trusting in divine timing. Trusting in the universe, okay? There is going to be a time for a lot of you guys. This is also about getting into your inner child, okay? Like I'm feeling the inner child coming up, like needing to play, needing to have a little bit more fun, needing to have a little bit more freedom. That could be also it being trapped into the adulthood of worry and just wanting to be free like a kid, right? Like let's go fly a kite, you know, let's go to the park, let's go play. All right, there's this energy of playtime and not having enough time to play. Maybe not enough time in the day because you're so busy with all of your responsibilities, the weight of your responsibilities, right? And the weight of your worry. And a lot of you guys are not sleeping right now. Sleep is really being affected. Okay. Listen, for a lot of you guys about love, praying, some of you guys are moving away from situations, connections. A lot of you guys are in your healing era. I love that. Some of you guys are guided to go back to school, take a class, or do a higher level of learning of some sort. Okay, travel for some of you guys during this particular time, if you're able to, you know, with the world being the way it is. But I want to say for whoever's out there that's listening that you do have a King of Cups. You do have somebody that is going to be your destiny. You do have somebody that is going to love you, nurture you, fulfill you. You have been praying, okay? You have been asking God for answers. You have been wanting to continue to have faith that love is for you, that all these frogs or frogettes, Jesus, that was loud. All of these frogettes, you know, were not for nothing. I mean, it sounded like the police. I hope it ain't the police. It's just my kid. Hi, bud. All right. Hi, baby.
Are you doing your videos?
I'm doing YouTube right now. You want to join me on YouTube and act like you care?
Not really.
Okay.
Okay.
It's okay. All right. So that's the collective energy. Believe in love. It is coming for you. All right. So who wants a private reading? Who wants a private reading?
Well, you know, for people to care, you have to be like talented and good. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. Like, you can't expect people to care just cause. Like, that's why nobody watches my YouTube videos, because I recognize that they're not good enough to be watched. But you're just sad that no one's watching your video. How about you level up your content? It's like, I'm just keeping a buck 50 with you.
I would appreciate you not keeping a buck 50 with me, especially when I'm on YouTube live, son.
It's not like nobody's
Non-supportive.
watching. No, I'm very supportive.
Okay.
I'm just not going to lie to your face.
I didn't ask you to lie to my face.
You literally just did. You said I would prefer you don't keep it a buck 50 with me.
Okay, right now. I said right now while I'm on live. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We don't want me to. Okay. Tell him bye. I know, right? Yeah, that's 22. That's what you gotta look forward to. Okay, so who wants a reading? All right, indigo angels or anything that you want a reading on. I know that just brought down the thing. It's a good thing that I don't believe in that. I'm just gonna keep doing me because that's what I do. All right. All right. I do know there's a delayed. I didn't know that there was one before, but I do know that there is a delayed on here. All right. All right, well, what do you want to know? All right. And the funny thing was I was actually going to do a collective reading after your reading for love pertaining to those in relationships or connections, because that was just like the regular reading for the collective is about love, having love. All right, so I'm going to wait for you to respond and tell me what exactly you want me to look into, because it's like your time you're reading. Overall energy. All right. Oh, let's go. Let's do a check-in. Let's do an energy check-in. All right. Right here.
Did I get the joint I was smoking from it?
I don't know. Look in there. I didn't smoke it.
You're right. It's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take that one and I can get to smoke this one?
I don't care. No, that's my. If that's mine, that's mine.
I don't know whose it is, but
That would be mine.
so I can't just stay
No.
in this one?
No, you tell me.
Why?
All right.
Okay, here you go. Here you go, number.
Yep. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Not my favorite card to see. Oh. Okay. All right. All right, so if he's pulled his energy back, it's definitely for a reason, okay? He is going through some stuff right now. He's got some lack, all right? Some financial constraints, some financial worries, like heavily. When we have the cobwebs in there, it means that we have some sort of obstacles. Your energy right now is the guardian and the gate. You're heavily waiting for him, waiting for a change. You're kind of still on this side of the gate where spirit is saying that this side of the gate, the oasis, the love is where you kind of need to be, but you're in contemplation, right? Should I stay? Should I go? But you hold the key, okay? So the gate may be locked, but you hold the key around your neck. So that feeling of the Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, unable to go, it's kind of like in a sense, this is maybe all in your own head of entrapment, all right? But I want you to notice that the key is around her neck. It's around her throat chakra. It's about speaking her truth, honoring her truth. When we have that, you're unlocking the key within self, okay? The guardian in the gate is about the choices that need to be made. So this is about a choice, right? Are you want to stay here kind of waiting, or do you want to kind of see what's on the other side of the gate? Your connecting energies right now is the Deceit card. Not my favorite card to see in the connecting energy. So there's non-truthful energy coming in from both of you. This is your connecting energy. So this means that this is where both of you guys are residing at. And both of you guys are residing in the deceit, which means that you may not be honest about your feelings. He may not be honest about his feelings. You may not be honest about what's going on. He may not be honest about what's going on. But there's that level. And then we have the storm warning coming in reverse, right? And so this feels like the storm is not really kind of behind you guys. It's kind of like coming in front of you, okay? And so this is really about like, we're going to go a little bit further, okay? You know, Spirit's always saying appreciate the journey because this is showing y'all something, all right? Yeah, you're kind of in this waiting energy. Like you're waiting for things. It's like even though maybe you don't want to, you're trying to relax, trying to like let go. Yeah, he got the Five of Pentacles on top of the financial constraint. He's definitely going through a lack, okay? So whatever he's going through, if he's pulled away his energy, if he's kind of off, he doesn't want to talk about it, he doesn't want to talk about it. He could have lost a job. He could have lost a house. He's got the Five of Pentacles, Okay. And then the financial constraint represents the Five of Pentacles, right? Like it's the Five of Constraints. So we have the Five of Pentacles. This is his energy. So this is still clarifying the energy. And the Page of Pentacles is kind of like waiting, you know, for things to change, for commitment, for even a friendship, right? Something in that area. Okay. And the sunflower isn't fully there, right? Like normally you can see the whole leaves of the sunflower, but it's like you're still waiting for the other part of the blossom. You're still waiting for the other part of the bloom. So sad. Yeah, so you guys are hiding your feelings, okay? Because this is what's here. The High Priestess, all about hiding. There's still that telepathic connection, dream connection, especially in dream time, right? We have the triple crescent moon goddess, right? And so this is about your intuition coming in as the High Priestess, staying in your power, right? Trusting your intuition, your own inner guidance. He's learning to do that as well, okay? But this is also about holding back, right? I'm holding back what I know. I'm not sharing certain things, okay? Then we have the Eight of Swords, all right? So this for both of you guys is like, you know, to me, mirroring energy. You guys are both mirroring things back. One may not see it as such, but there's this mirroring energy. The Eight of Swords is usually just you tied up, right? But this is like the mirroring aspect of that. So there's an energy of kind of where both of you guys are at in this tied up energy, or in this deceit energy of really not expressing how you really feel or being honest. But the Ace of Cups is still here. Okay, so there's still the love, right? It's still showing up as the connected energy in the reading, okay? And so I would say that he may be going through a really hard time right now, sweetie. Maybe just give him some grace and some patience, and, you know, just kind of let things unfold. I wouldn't say wait. Never say wait. Y'all already know I don't say wait. You know, but yeah, continue to focus on you, your home, your family, all right? I know you're tired. Like, I know that this process, twin flame energy, becomes very tiring, becomes very daunting. You know, the going back and forth, the cycles that you repeat, the dreams, all of those things come up, right? And then it's like, okay, I'm doing the inner work, and then where are they at? It's like this cycle, right? This completing cycle. And so I know you're tired. This journey that you're on is a very exhausting journey. And this is kind of like, I'm at the end. You know, do I keep holding on? Do I keep holding on for hope, right? Is this ever going to change? And so it's kind of like right now where he's at is in not in the energy of where you're at, okay? So we have the Eight of Pentacles, continue to, you know, work on your goals and obstacles. You have the Judgment card, right? You're being called to action. God is kind of calling you, kind of giving you some inner guidance, a lot of bird energy. So a lot of messages coming in from spirit. And then we have the Ten of Cups, right? The emotional happiness card, which is a beautiful card. And it's saying that emotional happiness is coming for you, okay? And so within this connection right now, it's like maybe you guys both need to focus on your own situations, your own thing, your own home, your own family. Especially with him, he may need to focus on, you know, getting his money tight, getting his money up, getting his stability, or the lack of confidence or lack of love he may have within himself. But right now, there's this emptiness within him, okay, within your twin, right? There's a little bit of an emptiness here, like he does not have the emotional capacity, mental capacity, the physical capacity, just does not have the capacity to show up, okay, within this connection, or maybe within his own life right now, all right? So I know you're tired, okay? This connection. Okay, well, expect more dreams. If you've been having dreams, they're not going to stop, all right? There's an apology, but I feel like you're going to be waiting for a while. I don't feel like the apology, I feel like either the message or apology that you're waiting for, I feel like maybe there's something that may have occurred where maybe there's an apology that's needed. I don't feel like you're going to get that for a while. I do feel like that's going to come in eventually, but I don't feel like that's coming in for a while. I would say maybe not even until the new year. You know, we do have the Four of Pentacles as well. So you can continue to expect kind of the holding back energy, you know, kind of the no contact energy, different things like that. And then we do have the Ten of Pentacles, right? So it's funny because it's like there's an evolution within your reading. The Ten of Cups being at the end, the Ten of Pentacles at the end. Like you guys have to go through this little thing, okay? Especially him may have to go through this little thing to get to the Ten of Pentacles, to get back to the Ten of Cups, which is feeling stable within a relationship, feeling emotional happiness within the relationship, okay? But right now what Spirit is saying is that you're kind of going to see the same thing that you've been seeing. So I wouldn't expect any anything to change at this particular time. So I wouldn't say kind of like, like I said, it could just be like a lot of the stresses that he's dealing with and going through right now that could be really affecting him, and men, they don't like to go through things, right? It's, especially if job loss or financial situations or any of those stresses, like they have a really hard time even talking about it openly or being vulnerable about it, because most of them feel like a failure. I mean, you hear my guys that will come home and shoot their whole damn family and themselves because they lost a job. Like, get a new one. You don't have to kill everybody because of that. But yeah, so are you wanting to know anything else before I leave you? Like, how is his feelings towards you? Since you wanted to do overall energy check-in, but do you want to see like where he's at? But right now where he's at in energetic shifts is I don't see him like moving in the direction that you may want him to right now. Okay. Yes, you will get a reading next. For sure. What do you need to focus on next? Okay. Okay. What are his current feelings towards? Okay. Well, Nine of Cups is at the bottom, but the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles is here. So he's kind of coming in very immature, no offense. But the way that he feels about you, you got the Lovers, but the Two of Pentacles is here. So his feelings for you are really out of balance right now. So whatever he is feeling towards you, very much out of balance. The King of Swords and the Knight of Cups, I like that because it shows deep feelings, right? There's still that Knight of Cups. I want to date you. I still want to be with you. I still got emotional feelings, but there's external factors here. Usually the Knight of Cups is the man coming in with his cup. Usually you don't see anybody else in the cards, but in this particular card, you see 3 people. And so I always see that as external factors. The King of Swords here, right? The King of Swords coming out with the King of Swords coming out with the Knight of Cups is kind of talking about expression, okay? Letting you know kind of how he feels. Moving away from drama and obstacles and challenges, like wanting to move into better times, because the Six of Swords is all about transition. It's about moving away from the negative, moving away from obstacles, internal struggles, right? And moving towards something, right? And so that's where he wants to do, is move towards you. Okay, so his feelings are still there. He's still coming out as the Nine of Cups, all right? Still there. That emotional happiness, that wish, okay? But we have the Page of Wands, which is hot and cold energy, in and out, inconsistent, and the Page of Pentacles, which is sort of consistent, but it's more of like friendship. It's more of like, a small promise or a small offer. It's not really like a big offer that's here, okay? Still hiding his feelings, still holding things back, right? That's kind of where he's at energetically. But again, the feelings are here. And we did have the Lovers, all right? So the Lovers are here. Okay, which is all about soulmate, love. There's some passion still, like some kissy, all right? But with that Two of Pentacles coming out on top of it means that his feelings for you are a little bit out of balance right now, okay? And this can be because of his external world or whatever is happening, internal or external with him, can just mean that that's coming out of balance right now, all right? So I hope that that resonates for you. All right, I'm going to pull for the collective love really quick to see about those that are in love, and then I'm going to pull for Lady in Yellow. For those of you guys that are looking for love or in relationships, what is the collective guidance for you? You're welcome. Looking for love in all the wrong places is what I heard. Well, it's finally coming. All right. Wrong places. I love it. Yep. You kiss a lot of frogs. It's coming. Okay. Just hold on, it's coming. All right. Yeah, you don't see it coming. There's a lot of healing that you've had to go through. All right. A lot of getting out of your head, self-sabotaging beliefs, limiting beliefs for love to actually come in. You've had to kiss a lot of frogs. You've had a lot of immature relationships, a lot of stresses that were coming up for you. And a lot of people really reserving their energy, as in maybe avoidant, not emotionally available, right? Not emotionally invested. But what Spirit is saying is that you have the Nine of Cups and the King of Cups coming out for you. So there is love coming in, coming up for you, right? A deep love, a powerful love. And I love this, right? Water element could be really significant. This person could like to travel, could go on boats, all right? They may like to drink coffee. They may be a seller. They may wear glasses. They may have gray hair, okay? There's kind of like a handsome looking guy right here, right? But the Nine of Cups is here. And this is all about, romance, love, abundant love, okay, that is coming for you, wishes being fulfilled, enjoyment, indulgences for some. All right, so the King of Cups is coming in for a lot of you guys. All right, but you guys did have to go through some heartbreaks. You guys did have to go through self-limiting beliefs and did have to do a lot of shadow work, okay, a lot of inner child wounds that were coming up. But just know that Spirit has been hearing you and is getting ready to answer your prayers, especially when it comes into the form of love. Some of you guys, if you're already in a relationship, already in a connection, more than likely you guys to be looking at moving in together, leveling up in your relationship, leveling up within your connection. If you are single and looking to mingle, right, this is where this person is coming in. They maybe have a lot of maturity and then they may be very wise, but they are definitely have emotional intelligence, which I think a lot of us are desiring, right, is emotional intelligence. Okay. And so I do feel like for some of you guys, you may meet him at the day, like during the weekday, not on the weekend. Or them, him or her, doesn't matter. And for some, I'm getting school. Like if you're going back to school or if you are taking a class or something, like you're getting out in the community, there's that feeling of getting out in the community. Okay. All right. So let's go with Lady in Yellow. Let's see what is going on for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the love and the support. All right. Okay. What should she do next? What is her guidance? Next her. Ooh. Okay. I like it. Okay. I heard honor your. There's some hostilities that you're feeling. Honor it. Let it come out. All right. Okay. Okay. So we got the Deceit card at the bottom. Not my favorite card. Trust your intuition. You got the Deceit card and the 7th chakra. All right. So trust in God. Trust whatever God is telling you. Trust whatever God's messages are. It's kind of like this energy of the crown chakra, right? So really trust in divine guidance. Your crown chakra is your connection to source, your connection to energy is really coming through, especially with the Deceit card coming out. So, whatever God is telling you, whatever God is showing you, right, about this energy that is not honest or truthful, believe it, okay? Because that's important for you, okay? You do have some energies around decisions that you're trying to make in your life. Your first part of your reading is that you are meant to strategize. You have strategy card coming out, and this is about money. This is about stability. This is about savings. This is about blossoming abundance, okay? So for these two to come out, because I know your financial situation, that's what I'm saying. So this is about saving. This is about literally strategizing, making moves, making plans. So this can be like, I want to go back to school, but I need to put this amount of money aside. I want to move, out of this house, right? And get our own house. And this is how much we need to put aside every month, the amount of money for rent, right? Or this could be like, I'm trying to make moves and I got to put money for the side. Whatever the strategy is, okay? Whatever strategic is coming through for you, because this is about strategy and strategy is about planning. It means that whatever plans that you've had before didn't really work out in the favor. So it's about going back to the drawing board and re-strategizing. But this is about blossoming abundance, about your abundance, your money, your livelihood, everything that is in the 3D. This is about bringing strategy in, okay? we had the hostilities card coming out. And so this can be like you're met with hostilities, people around you are going to be hostile. This can be that you are hostile yourself, okay? And this is, or feeling resentful, feeling hostile. You know, I always tell you, honor your emotions, let your anger out, even if it's towards me, I don't care, right? Door to spirit, okay? So this feels like where spirit is saying it's time for you to let your anger out, let out whatever it is that you're needing to let out. Also, if you do have hostilities of any kind, which I don't think you do, but if you are having hostilities around you, you are heavily protected by spirit. So it's like, don't worry about whatever it may be coming at you. Spirit's really got your back, okay? And then your other set of energy is the first chakra, Archangel Michael, right? And this is about working, it's about doing, it's about taking action on the physical, getting a job, working, finances, the physical body, taking care of yourself, right? But it's all about the 3D life. It's about our everyday life. When you wake up, this is the first chakra, right? It's all about your survival, your everyday, your natural form of living, and then you have rest and rejuvenate, right? So there's this energy between needing to do something and knowing when to rest. And I do feel like this is masculine and feminine energy, right? Honoring your body and listening to it, because rest and meditate is also about allowing your body to be restful. But this is also masculine energy that's coming out, letting you know that when you got to go to work. So it's about finding the balance between the masculine and feminine, right? It's about indulging yourself when your body is telling you, I need a rest. And then it's about moving when your body's telling you to move, right? Because you do have some things that are coming up that's meant for you to take action on, all right? So let's go in on the tarot. Okay. Also with the strategy card, it's like making plans. Like whenever I pull the strategy card, it means that I have 10,000 things on my plate. I'm not going to get them done. Not. And so I would beat myself up because I didn't do this and I didn't do that, right? Today was the day of rest, like yesterday, right? And I didn't do some of the things that I needed to do. So I was up last night doing a lot of homework, right? And so, but I wasn't balancing my masculine and feminine energy. I mean, I kind of was. But the strategy card is about, in the sense of where I'm doing too much. My energy is leaking here and here and here, right? And I don't have enough time to rest. I don't have enough time to do this. I don't have enough time to do that. So Spirit is saying, make a list. Get up in the morning, right? And have a list, right? Today, I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3, right? Even though you may have 10 things that you want to get done for the day. No, the 3 important things that are on that list of 10, that's what Spirit wants you to focus on, those 3 things. And you'll accomplish it. You'll add more to the list, right? So it is about like looking at things and even making a plan on how to achieve those things, right? You know, like, okay, I want to get up in the morning and I want to do this. I want to go for a walk. I want to go to the gym, you know, but it's like how I told you the other day, make me accountable, right? Like you're my accountability partner. You know, I need you to hold me accountable. If I'm not doing this 3 times a week, I need you to remind me I need to do this because I'm trying to re-strategize, right? I'm trying to stay focused on achieving the things that I want to do, but I'm leaking energy. I have 10,000 things I'm doing, 10,000 things I'm doing here. So just make a list, you know, on how it is. Like when I want to like break down the house cleaning, right? I'll do a whole list, and Monday I will do this and this and this, and that's all I'm going to do. And then Tuesday I'm focusing on this part of the house, right? So that I don't feel like I'm overwhelmed with everything. Because I hope that makes sense. All right. Oh. Okay. You are hiding your feelings. Page of Pentacles. Focus on. So yeah, you definitely are working. Listen. You got worried. You've got the 9 of Swords at the bottom. So you're stressed out and you're worried about certain things. And the 6 of Wands can be about like life in general, but this can also be about being recognized, you know, being noticed, like all the things that you're doing, right? And not having the same type of recognition that's coming in. But for the moon, the 9 of Swords to come in, this is like heavy worry, right? I'm heavily worrying about things, or things are keeping me up late at night. But you have the 6 of Wands underneath that, which I like, because the 6 of Wands is about victory. It's about achievements. It's about recognition, people seeing you for who you are. But we do have the 5 of Wands here, which is all about that hostility energy, but it's also an internal struggle that you may be going through. The moon is telling me that you are hiding your feelings, you are hiding your emotions, you are maybe even somewhat suppressing them, like, I'm okay, but you're really not, right? Or I'm okay with this, but you're really not. But this is about like really, and the moon energy is really going to be activating you at this time. So the next full moon is really going to be bringing up this about honoring yourself, your emotions, right? The chariot is about masculine and feminine energy. It's about moving forward. It's about taking action, knowing when to take action, knowing when to kind of set things out, right? And so here it is where this is forward movement. This is one of my favorite chariot cards because he's on top of the horse. He's riding it. He's telling them horses to go, right? The masculine and feminine energy, they're moving in unison. That's your energy that's moving together in unison, right? To make things. But this is about, I need a recalibration, right? I need a renewal. The Temperance energy is all about balancing masculine and feminine energy. It's about having patience too. It's about having faith in God, right? There's this energy of the electricity that I've never even noticed until I'm doing your reading right now, where I'm literally seeing the electricity coming down the tree, right? So it's like, you know, that feeling of lightning coming through, okay? That power of lightning coming through, like kind of like giving you that push, you know, that maybe you're needing to move forward to make the moves that you need to make. All right. But this is about like renewal, you know, the Ten of Swords and the Page of Pentacles being kind of at the center of the reading. It's kind of like, you know, there's an ending of a chapter. This can be like an ending of like, you know, playing small, an ending of, you know, taking everyone's shit, an ending of financial difficulties, an ending of, you know, commitment cycles in a sense, right? Like, I'm not going to give my resources anymore. Like I'm blooming, right? And I'm going to bloom without you, 111 on the clock, right? And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is about stability, family, home. Okay. And so this brings me back to where I feel like in some contexts, you want to move away from home. Okay. This can be like moving out of this house. We've already talked about that, right? But this feels more like I want to get out of the house. I want to do things. I want to go. This can be going back to school, taking a class, right? Ending the cycle of like being here, if that makes any sense, and making moves outside of the home. Okay. And I feel like you need to kind of hold this close to your chest. So if you are looking at these changes that you're making, you know, I feel like you're going to want to keep them a little bit close to you. Like when you're making these moves or you're making these shifts or you're making these transitions, I do feel like this is something that needs to be just for you. I don't feel like it's something that you need to express to everybody. I don't think everybody needs to be in your business. Okay. And I do feel like whatever this is a more of a holding back energy, also holding back your resources, holding back your emotions, holding back your feelings, holding back certain things, right? And this is kind of a healing time for you. This is like you and God, I feel, aligning in a way where I feel like you're really learning to listen to spirit and spirit's guidance. And I feel like you're hearing things, okay? And I feel like you'll definitely be hearing things, but I feel like what God is definitely telling you is there's an energy of retracting, holding back your energy, all right? You know, when you're making these moves, and I got dizzy all of a sudden as well. Like this really hit me like from the crown chakra down. So I feel like you're going to start getting that crown chakra opening feeling where it's just a wave of dizziness. Like that's how you know your crown is opening, is because you'll feel a little bit out of balance, but it's kind of a nice feeling. It's like a high feeling. Yeah, I said you're not expressing yourself, and the Eight of Wands came out just to show that. Okay. Aww. Page of Pentacles. And the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Ace of Wands. Okay, Ten of Cups. I like that. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom. Okay, so I mentioned the moon coming out, suppressing your emotions, not speaking your emotions, not expressing them. Then you have the Eight of Wands, which is about taking action, expressing yourself, right? Letting kind of your emotions out. And then you have the Chariot, which is about the Three of Swords energy. So clarifying the Three of Swords is like you're heartbroken. You know, there's something that's broken your heart. It really disappointed you. And this is the energy of where maybe you're not seeing, I think I said earlier, maybe you're not seeing the feelings. I'm not positive, but this feels like that because the heart is outside. If you notice, her heart is not inside of her, it's outside, right? It's like, I may be heartbroken, but I'm not feeling it, but you are, right? It's like these three swords that are here and one actually penetrated through the heart, right? But you're not feeling that. And in a sense, this can be like you've numbed out. This can be like, you know, I've been through so much heartbreak, I'm not gonna feel that. But this is like this energy of where this can be coming in. It's like, no, like honor your disappointment, honor how you feel, right? Like honor that. Hi, Letty. right? Like honor that, because what's coming out is that you feel this way. This heart, this heart broke, and it was penetrated, and it feels like there's a feeling like even if it was to come out, it wouldn't change. That's kind of the feeling that I'm having. Like it wouldn't change the fact that your heart broke, like it broke, or disappointment. We talk about this with my situation all the time, where my heart broke, and I knew there was a part of me that could not return, you know? And that's this feeling of like, even though it's outside, I may be not realizing how I truly feel, right? I may think that this heart's returning to me, you know, like I thought at one point in time that the feeling is gonna come back, because, you know, how can it not, right? But it did not return. And there's this awareness that I feel like you're moving into, where I think that you know that this part of you is not going to return, right? And the Chariot is about really taking stock and moving away from that. We have the Temperance and the Knight of Wands here, and this really is about staying focused on your goals, your mission, like taking action towards those things. That's how you're going to recalibrate that. Like it's really about strategizing, making moves, whatever that looks like to you, okay? You do have the Eight of Cups coming through with that Ten of Swords energy. These coming out together is like endings of a cycle, moving away from situations again, right? You could be moving into something better within your relationship, okay? You could be moving into more stability within your relationship, right? Or you could be moving in with more stability and a relationship with yourself, however that looks, right? But there's something about you moving away from something and moving into something better. Now, this could be the current relationship where it does get better, all right? This can be where, or the situation, the dynamic, right, does get better. Or this can be where this is moving you into a relationship one day that is going to be exactly what you want, but it's moving you into a connection with self, if that makes sense, where you're depending upon yourself, okay? And so, you know, however that looks to you, but this is more of like, let me go ahead and let me just clarify if this is because that's one of my favorite Two of Pentacles cards too. Okay, so got the Hangman in reverse and the Sun. So no, I don't feel like it's gonna get better. With the Hangman, I mean, the Hangman is about releasing, surrendering to God, you know, and the Sun is about blessings and abundance, right? But with the reversal in this, and I literally did all my cards before I came on to make sure everything was in upright. With the Hangman in reverse and the Sun energy makes me feel like it's kind of like, how do you say? Will things get better? Maybe, you know, but it feels like even if it was to get better, I don't feel like it would make a difference. You know, even if it was to get better, or let's say that it doesn't get better, right? I don't feel like I don't feel like it's gonna stop your sun from shining, for things to move in your direction, for things to shift for you, right? I don't feel like that's gonna stop your growth and your evolution if something doesn't get better. I hope that makes sense to you. But I do feel like this is where the Hangman, if it was an upright in the Sun, I would say, hey, yeah, that looks promising, right? But having the Hangman in reverse coming out with the Sun makes me feel like, no, it's not going to get better. Like there's this energy of where it does and then it doesn't. And it's like the Sun is still there, but it's like it's being blocked off, right? There's something that's blocking off from that situation. And so I feel like the focus for you is really just focusing on just making the moves, you know. Yeah, making moves. Really standing in this energy of like masculine. That's what it is. Yeah. Operating in your masculine energy. That's the energy that I'm picking up on. A lot of masculine energy is here, and this is your energy moving out of that femininity, like balancing that. But when Michael came in, it's that feeling of like real strong masculinity. This is you. This is you, like taking charge of your masculine energy within yourself, making the necessary goals, making the necessary things, taking necessary actions for the things that you want and desire. All right. Bringing balance back in. And so this is just where it's at, you know. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with my own struggle right now on my struggle bus. And you know why I'm struggling. Um, yeah, this is energetically, let's just say this. If I didn't know you, I would say this, right? This energy, I feel like, is moving you away from something that is not in alignment with you anymore. It's moving you towards something that is in alignment. And I do feel like this is going to be dependent upon you taking action, you stepping into your masculinity, you making the decision to make these necessary moves. But I do believe that this is strategy that needs to take place. So there's a strategic situation or a strategic way of moving, okay? That is needs to be very close to your chest, all right? Like very quiet. However you're moving, like I'm going back to school, you don't need to tell anybody. You're getting a new job, you don't need to tell anybody. You got to tell me, you know, there's a reason for that, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you know, if you're looking at moving out, you don't need to tell anybody. If you're looking at saving up some money just for your little nest egg on it just in case, you don't need to tell anybody. Like these are the things that are like very kept to the secret, very kept close to your chest, okay? Because I don't feel like, honestly, if the way that I feel like this energy, it wouldn't matter if the external situation was to change at this particular point. Something occurred to where you're not coming back. There's a part of you, there's a piece of you that is not returning to the situation. You have left out the building and you have brought, you know, not saying you're returning, but whoever just walked back in the fucking room ain't the same chick that left out the room. That's the feeling, right? There's an energy of transition that you're making within yourself, and it's not the same. So that part of resources, that part of love, that part of accessibility doesn't exist anymore. It's not coming back. So even if situations change, even if they got better, it wouldn't change the feeling that has already left, if that makes any sense, okay? So, do you have any questions? Do you have any other questions for me, babe? Oh, I love you so much. Letty, did you want a reading? Let me see. Do I push a button? No. Okay. Oh, that just says that hi. All right. Thank you guys for joining. It's my first time. I guess I know that was so thank you. So I don't need no more. I don't need no more. Stop, Ginger, stop. You're welcome, babe. Letty, do you want a reading, babe, if you're still here? That's so funny. Not funny. That's not funny. You know what I'm saying. I know. When I was doing the private party, they were like, you. When they came in, giving my feedback, they said, because most of them are so stoic, I didn't even know. But they were like, you scared the shit out of half of the people there because I was so accurate that it scared them. They're like, does she have a camera in her house? No, I don't have a camera. All right. I'm waiting to see if Letty is still here before I log off. And I did have fun. I will not try to be on for 6 hours just waiting for people to come on. I can't do that. I know, because we've shared, you know, but we haven't talked, you know, like in that stuff, right? Like that's different. But yeah, definitely. For sure. All right. So I don't know if Letty is on. I can't see like if anyone's scrolling. So I'm gonna try to wait one more minute. And then, but I have fun doing this. I'm going to be doing this more often. I'll be on YouTube. This is probably be my primary spot where I'll be doing more videos and more lives moving forward for the remainder of this year and moving into next year, and see what community we can build here. Okay, last call for Letty. Is she in the house? And thank you all, like I said, for joining me. I really appreciate it. I know there's a delay, so that's why I'm trying to wait, because it might be interesting if I go on my laptop next time or another device and see if I can see who's on, or see what I see on y'all's end. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for joining. I appreciate it. Super, super happy. I really, really had fun today. And I'll see you guys all next time. Trust the process and trust the journey. Bye now.